Watch original photos and videos related to this news by clicking on the link given in the description below the article courtesy. Please subscribe our YouTube channel Listen News here. If you like the video, please like, comment and share the video. Smart speakers have been the focus of controversy and concern for some time, particularly with regard to privacy rights. Many people worry their smart devices were listening in on conversations even when the activation word had not been spoken, and to some extent, those fears were reasonably founded. After the news leaked that Google sent its audio recordings to a third party to be transcribed, many people feared their private lives had been compromised. This news resulted in people re-evaluating their privacy settings on smart devices, and in some instances, changing the activation phrase to something that might not be so easily triggered. It also called into question just how accurate the smart assistant's listening capabilities were. For example, if you spoke a word that was almost, but not quite the activation phrase, would it work? Digital Trends wanted to find out, so we tested Amazon Alexa, Google Home, and Siri to find out which phrases, if any, triggered the devices. This is what we found. Amazon Alexa. Amazon's Alexa Smart Assistant gives users 4 separate options for a wake word: Alexa, Amazon, Echo, and Computer. When Alexa was set as the wake word, the device responded to similar names like Alexis, Lexa, and Lexus. Other words like extra and ketchup did not trigger it. Notably, with Amazon as the wake word, no words falsely activated the device. Hexagon, Babylon, and other similar sounding words gave no response no matter how many times we tested. Alexa at a glance wake words: Alexa, Amazon, Echo, and Computer false activations: Gecko, Art Deco, Hey Puggle, and Cuter. The wake word Echo responded most easily to false activations. While other wake words would sometimes trigger for similar sounds, Echo responded on the first try every time. The device triggered for Gecko and Art Deco. Other phrases like Prosecco, Greco, and Fresco did not trigger the device. Note, it also responded to Hey Puggle in a test for the Google Home device. With Computer as the wake word, the device did respond to phrases that were similar, but it's important to note that this did not happen every time except for one phrase, commuter. The Echo responded to the name Cuter, but only twice. Other phrases like supercomputer, commutator, and other similar sounding words did not trigger it. Interestingly, only words that began with a, C, or K sound triggered it. Even colluder did not, though it has the same initial sound and number of syllables as computer, which indicates that a phrase has to be extremely close to trigger a false activation. Google Home is far more limited in wake words, responding to only 3, and 2 are variations of the same phrase: OK, Google, Hey, Google, and oddly enough, Hey, Boo Boo. By design, your device isn't likely to respond unless it hears Hey or OK before the following word, but if it mistakenly hears either phrase, it doesn't take much to make it respond. Google Home at a glance wake words: OK Google, Hey Google, and Hey, Boo Boo. False activations: bugle, bluegill, zoogle, noodle, mogul, and dual saying bugle, bluegill, and even made up words like zoogle all triggered the device, provided it was preceded by Hey or OK. So did noodle, mogul, and dual. Anything that sounded similar to Google was all it took to trigger the device. On the other hand, we were unable to trigger a false activation with sounds similar to Hey Boo Boo. Google doesn't allow users to change the activation word. All 3 variants are always active, which makes it more difficult to control what the device might listen out for. Siri, like Google, Siri requires a user to say Hey before the wake word, which somewhat limits the potential for accidental activation. Only a few phrases triggered Siri by accident, and both of those are easy to understand. Saying Hey, seriously, and Hey, Siri's both activated the voice assistant. Saying Hey, sorry also activated the assistant. Beyond that, no other phrases yielded results. Siri is more likely to be accidentally activated from pressing the button by accident or from misunderstanding a phrase in normal conversation. Siri at a glance. Wake words: Hey Siri. False activations: Hey seriously, Hey Siris, and Hey sorry. The verdict of all of the assistants, Siri was the least likely to be accidentally activated by a spoken word. Alexa is more resistant to accidental activation, provided you use a wake word like Amazon or computer. With Google Home, it responds to a lot of different words, but hey or okay has to be spoken first. Accidental activations are a problem, but since the problem became widely known, all three companies have taken steps to improve the software and reduce how often it happens. If you want to limit the number of times a smart device is activated, keep it away from TVs and other sources of sound. The far-field microphones inside each device can hear your voice comfortably from anywhere in the room, but those closer to televisions had more accidental activations than those in other rooms.